The evolution of humanity, from survival to progress.
They were warriors of a forgotten age, men forged in the crucible of combat, each step taken in defiance of death itself. The Colosseum was not just a battleground, it was a stage for survival, a theater where fate played its cruelest tricks. Gladiators fought not for glory alone, but for survival. Every battle was more than just a contest of strength. It was a testament of endurance, a display of sheer willpower. They were slaves, prisoners, and sometimes volunteers, stepping into an arena where their fate was decided not by law, but by spectacle. The fight did not begin in the arena. It began long before, where men became more than men, where they were molded into warriors. Training yards soaked in sweat and blood, hours of drills under the scorching sun, the sting of the whip for those who faltered. Here, weakness was not tolerated, for weakness meant death. They had learned the dance of steel, the rhythm of combat. Each step was calculated, each strike was measured. Their bodies were hardened, their minds were sharpened. Fear was their enemy, pain their companion, and the roar of the crowd their cruelest judge. And when the battles were over, when the weapons were laid to rest, the warriors were left with a single thought. Would tomorrow be their last? They fought not for a cause, but for a chance to see another sunrise, to carve their name into history, or to fade into oblivion. Life was a game of fate for the gladiators, a relentless cycle of blood and sand, of triumph and tragedy. The Colosseum was their world, their prison, their grave. And yet, in the midst of death, they found purpose. The games may have changed now, but the struggle remains. The battlefield is no longer stone and sand. It is digital, woven into the fabric of modern civilization. Today, we fight battles of a different kind. We live in an age where knowledge is power, where information determines victory. Today's warriors do not wield swords. They wield data, control, and influence. The battleground is no longer an arena filled with roaring crowds. It is silent, invisible, and omnipresent. Once physical strength dictated who ruled. Now strength is measured by adaptability, intelligence, and innovation. The strongest no longer survive on the battlefield. They survive in boardrooms, labs, and in cyber networks that span the globe. The human race has always pushed its boundaries. From the battlefields of Rome to the digital age, we have fought, adapted, and thrived. The struggle is no longer just about survival, but about who controls the future. The gladiators of old fought for their lives. Today, we fight for our identities, our freedom, and the very essence of humanity. History repeats itself. The gladiators fought for freedom, dignity, and a chance to live. And now, in a world ruled by algorithms and artificial minds, we find ourselves in another battle. A battle not of weapons, but of control. A war where the lines between human and machine. The world has changed. The warriors have changed. But the fight remains the same. It has only changed its form. The question is no longer who holds the blade, but who controls the mind. The war is here, and we are all gladiators now. This is no longer a fight for glory. This is a fight for control. And whether you see it or not, you're already in the arena.